When I was 12, I discovered my special purpose. That week, I put my Sweet 16 Hot Wheels collection and my 1,000 Batman cards in a big cardboard box, and Mom sold the lot at a garage sale for 50 cents. Want to know why? I had something far more interesting to pursue. Her name was Cindy, and after shoveling 7 neighbors' driveways clear of 2 feet of snow, at an average duration of 2 hours, and at a cost of 25 cents, I had the $1.75 to buy that 800-carat purple plastic ring to give to her. She didn't seem that thrilled. In fact, I found out that she went bike riding with Ron Baxter. Although our physical relationship only consisted of holding hands and smooching like crazy juveniles, I felt devastated. It was my first heartbreak, and to be honest, I still remember the horrible feeling of rejection and betrayal. I swore I would never get over it. I hoped that nothing like that would ever happen to me again. I was wrong. My heart broke again many years later, and it hurt a lot more that time, and I'll tell you why. Because I was married. So there was that. But there was another thing. My brother and I walked in on them by accident. I'll tell you more later, but for now I am going to pour myself a long, tall tequila and drink it fast, and second guess why I would produce a podcast about something so incredibly painful. Remember Cindy? She got pregnant at age 13, so her life was ruined. I still felt sorry for her, but not really. What I was sorry about was that the box of Batman cards and original Hot Wheels would be worth $100,000 today. Can you imagine? A man gives up all his possessions to a woman that cheated on him. But if you feel sorry for me, wait till you hear this unbelievable true story. It is the story of Ashley Madison, a dating site designed only for people that cheat on their spouses.
In the glittering facade of modern relationships lies a dark underbelly of betrayal and deception. Meet Jane, a woman who sought solace in the arms of another man, driven by loneliness and a desperate yearning for happiness. But her affair wasn't just a clandestine rendezvous. It was part of a much larger narrative that would shake the very foundations of trust in the digital age. The stage is set with the breach of Ashley Madison, an infamous haven for those seeking extramarital affairs. As the news of the hack reverberates across the globe, questions arise about the true nature of privacy in the digital era. How could a platform built on secrecy become so vulnerable to exposure? Enter Avid Life Media, the enigmatic force behind Ashley Madison, whose allure and deceitful practices cast a shadow over the sanctity of marriage. Led by the charismatic Noelle Biederman, this empire thrived on the pain of others, capitalizing on infidelity with ruthless efficiency. But every empire has its downfall, and Avid Life Media's hubris would be its undoing. Ignoring the warnings of a mysterious group known only as the Impact Team, they continued to profit from the misery of millions, until the day the hackers unleashed their wrath upon the world. The fallout was catastrophic. The personal details of over 37 million users exposed for all to see, laying bare the secrets of countless marriages. Government officials, military personnel, and ordinary individuals found themselves thrust into a maelstrom of public scrutiny and private anguish. As the dust settled, a grim reality emerged. Lives were shattered, marriages irreparably damaged, and some even lost to the unforgiving tide of despair. But amidst the chaos, a glimmer of justice flickered. The Impact Team, elusive yet powerful, delivered a message of reckoning, holding Avid Life Media accountable for their deception. But the story doesn't end there. In the aftermath of the hack, a new wave of blackmail and extortion swept across the digital landscape, leaving victims in its wake. For many, the scars of betrayal would never fully heal, a stark reminder of the dangers lurking in the shadows of the internet. As the credits roll on this dark chapter in online history, one truth remains. The allure of forbidden fruit may be tempting, but the consequences are all too real. In a world where privacy is a precious commodity, trust must be earned, not bought and sold in the marketplace of deceit. So as you navigate the tangled web of relationships and technology, remember the cautionary tale of Ashley Madison. For in the pursuit of happiness, some paths lead only to ruin.
Wow. Holy crap. At least I am not the only one that has suffered. Misery loves company. Next, we heard from over 1,000 individuals, and they are all in the studio today, either in person, by phone, or via Zoom. We are this to find out exactly what public opinion is, what side most people are on. I was delighted with the result. Okay, folks, lay it all out.
The fact that there was 37 million is horribly depressing. People suck. Henry, what do you think?
Don't cheat, just leave. It is never worth it to hurt someone so much. Let's get a woman's point of view. Sophia, what do you think?
Everyone's talking about whether or not the cheaters deserved it. But personally, I just find it so vindicating that a small group of dedicated hackers were able to bring a corrupt multi-million-dollar corporation to its knees. Always gives me hope saying such a small group makes such a big impact against people like these who make themselves seem unstoppable, for better or for worse. Who else has a comment?
It's disgusting that a service like this exists in the first place.
It is so disgusting to me when a woman takes a man's last name, births and raises a man's children who also take his last name, and then he repays her by cheating. How disheartening that so many men have zero respect for their spouses, even though I'm sure they'd have a problem with being cheated on too.
So a company offering morally wrong services is themselves morally wrong. Who would have guessed?
These are the same people talking about wanting a high-value women men, when they are the reason genuinely good people don't want to get into relationships because of the heartache. I'd rather die alone than get betrayed like this again.
If you don't like monogamy, don't be in a monogamous relationship. Being betrayed by someone that promised in front of yours and his family to love and take care of you forever is beyond traumatic.
What pisses me off most about this is that the people who cheated had the audacity to get mad and file lawsuits that their information was released. They shouldn't have cheated then.
Ashley Madison existing as a company is evidence of how morally bankrupt our society is. It's not having an affair, it's adultery and should be a crime.
I swear cheating needs to be labeled as abuse, and I know amount of cheaters who are emotionally/mentally/physically abusive to their partners.
As someone who was cheated on, I approve of these hackers bringing out the truth.
Fun fact, most cases of infidelity happen in perfectly happy relationships. The only factor required for a person to cheat is the inability to resist the temptation to do so. The myth that cheating only happens in rocky relationships is something perpetuated by therapists. Before marriage, get mutually beneficial prenups. Infidelity clauses are a thing.
I remember talking to my friends about this when it happened, and we all laughed our rear ends off at the news. It was one of the most glorious clown shows we had seen as people scrambled to cover their infidelity. What I would have given to be a divorce lawyer at the time. The party stories alone would have been amazing. I love the idea of a small amount of hackers destroying a massive company that was built on completely rotten foundations.
Cheaters should be outed at any given opportunity. Don't get into a relationship you can't commit in. If you're tired of your partner, leave them and give them that closure. Don't cheat. It's really not hard, and the fact there's a dating site just for affairs disgusts me.
As soon as I found out what Ashley Madison was, my faith in humanity dropped by a large margin.
Man of my dreams cheated on me. 5 years into our 7-year marriage, and I only found out this year. He claims it was only once, even though he hid this person for 2 years. Unfortunately, we still have to live together. He tries to make it seem like he loves me still, but I can't feel anything anymore. If anyone wants to mercy kill me, I'd be so thankful.
Ouch. I feel for you, ma'am. I really do. To be honest, folks, you aren't going to get a funny response from me on this topic. It hurts too much. Let's call on our friend, Judgy Judgerston, who spent a few years in family court.
As a retired family court judge, I've witnessed the pain and devastation that infidelity can bring to individuals and families. It's a heart-wrenching experience that leaves scars that can take years to heal, if they heal at all. To those who may be considering straying from their commitments, I implore you to pause and consider the consequences of your actions. Infidelity is not just a betrayal of trust. It's a betrayal of the love and respect that binds couples together. Think about the person you vowed to cherish and honor. Consider the emotional turmoil they would face upon discovering your betrayal. Reflect on the ripple effects that your actions could have on your children, your family, and your community. Remember, infidelity doesn't just damage relationships, it damages lives. It shatters dreams, destroys families, and leaves lasting wounds that may never fully heal. Instead of seeking fulfillment outside of your relationship, I urge you to invest in your partner and your commitment to each other. Communicate openly, work through challenges together, and prioritize the bond that you share. If you find yourself struggling with temptation, seek help. Talk to a trusted friend, a counselor, or a therapist who can offer guidance and support. Remember that true strength lies in honoring your commitments, even when faced with temptation. Let us strive to build relationships based on honesty, integrity, and mutual respect. Let us cherish and protect the love that we are fortunate enough to have in our lives. With heartfelt sincerity, Judgy Judgerston, retired family court judge.